Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I see, well, it's 3:01. We're getting everyone in from the waiting room. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's Julie Pankey, and I'm excited to be here with Christopher Drummond. We're going to give it just another minute as people are joining our webinar, or maybe another half a minute. But as you're joining in, we just want to welcome you. Happy Monday.
Hey guys. Hello everyone.
Hey Chris, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, as always. Hopefully we'll make this a weekly thing.
Yes, that would
we were
be
talking,
so
we didn't talk
awesome.
too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should. I have a window open and they're doing like lawns and stuff. Can you hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
I know. I'm hoping my dog doesn't start barking because he's like pacing the room like a panther. So I think we're at a good point. It's 3:02. So let's get started for sake of time. And as people join us, that's awesome. Again, welcome everyone. If you haven't joined our webinar series before, I'm Julie Pankey of JM Pankey Partners. And this week we are hosting our dear friend, Christopher Drummond. So we're so happy to see you and want to give you a few housekeeping tips or reminders. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a chat button. Right now, there's a few messages in there from Marianne, our support team, as well as Chris saying hi to everybody as we're welcoming everyone into the webinar. So if you have any questions, definitely put your questions in the chat, just so we can answer them as we go. So you don't need to wait to the end. If we're talking about something and a question comes up, just go ahead, shoot the question in. It's going to be very engaging, and we want to make sure we get all of your questions answered. Also, don't forget that every Thursday, we host a coffee chat at 10:30 on Thursdays. If you're interested in joining our coffee chat, Marianne will post information in the chat below. Otherwise, follow us at JM Pankey on Facebook. And Alas, making me laugh. Tell him I know he's there. So that we can make sure that you get into our coffee chat. Also, we're really excited. We're launching a new webinar series starting next Monday. More info coming out this week. So we're not going to be sharing it today, but it's super good, super juicy, and I know that you're going to all love it.
That's not fair, Julie.
I know. Marianne
know.
Marianne didn't want me to share the title yet until we blast it out. So
I'm going to get it out of you.
Well, you probably can get it out of me, but it's going to be great. So we're really excited. It's going to be a 12-week series. Also, don't forget to join our community and like our Facebook page. I think Marianne just put that, she put the link to the coffee chat in the chat. And then also, so JM Pankey at Facebook, at JM Pankey on Instagram, so you can stay up to date with the latest events. So now that we've got the housekeeping out of the way, I think we got it all out of the way now. Let's get into what we're talking about. And of course, my notes aren't working. Fabulous. That will be so fabulous.
See, you should just use paper and pen.
I know. Why aren't my notes working? While you're talking, I'll try to fix it. I'm telling you.
Okay, so.
I'm telling you. Anyway.
You got it?
So, no.
Okay.
No, I do not. So anyway, welcome again.
Just improv.
So this is the awesomeness of live video, tips and tricks, and what to do and what not to do. Don't put your notes on your iPhone. Write them in your handy dandy planner that I'm always talking about.
And you have it right there, and you didn't use it.
I have to be tech savvy, right? Okay, so from video zero to Zoom hero, that's what we're talking about today. Tips and tricks to feel and look your best during your next webinar. So again, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. I wanted to thank everyone for joining us. Thank Chris for coming on. We've done a webinar before with our friend, Emmy Award winner, Lou Bertone, who is a videographer. Now we're taking a deeper dive with Christopher Drummond, who is a celebrity makeup artist. So he and I are going to dive a little tiny bit deeper. So Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started. If you guys don't know Chris, welcome.
Well, hello. I'm very excited to be here. Julie and I love doing this stuff. Hopefully we'll do more than just this one. But no, so I've been in the spa industry a very, very long time. I'm not going to say how long. And also, as a makeup artist and just in the beauty industry in general, and I have a makeup line and, you know, just really into the beauty and spa world. And part of that, as we all know, is, you know, in this day and age is doing social media. It's all about, you know, doing things like this, you know, especially in this day and age where, you know, things are kind of crazy. We're all at home. We're all trying to figure out new ways to get ourselves out there to promote our brand. And I'm right there with it, just trying to learn how to, you know, promote my brand and the beauty industry and spa and all that.
Well, we're super glad that you're here. So before we get into our tips, I think let's talk about first, Chris, why we wanted to do this webinar and, you know, why the people out there should even consider doing video. You know, so not just, you know, and we're going to get into like how to look your best. And you know, for one, not love doing video. But, you know, it's something that we do and that I feel is really important to do for our community and for our brand. But I think one reason that I want to keep harping on video, and you can jump in, Chris, is, you know, I think as an industry, we've been sort of slow to adapt into the technology world. And now in this new reality, I hate that term, but what we're living in right now, we've all sort of been thrust into technology, learning the technology, doing things a different way. So I wanted to talk about, you know, how doing things a different way, how, you know, video in many different forms can be good for our businesses and why we should do it.
Well, I mean, we kind of touched on it already. I mean, it's just things are really changing and fast. They already were changing before, you know, the 6 weeks ago happened and everyone, you know, is now at home. And especially business owners, whether it's spa or whether, you know, whatever business you have, everyone's trying to figure out, how do I, you know, keep my business going, or how do I at least keep in touch with my customers? That's the big thing. And, you know, whether you're selling or not, you still want to keep in touch with them. And this is just, as you were saying, it just has thrust us and forced us to number one, realize, and number two, figure out how to do it, and doing it all on the fly, you know, because this happens so fast. We're just all kind of going, how do I do this? You know, Zoom just has popped up out of nowhere, it seems like, and everybody's Zooming now. You know, and and I hate to say this, it's the new normal, you know, so it's really about just adapting, you know, because this is what people need, and this is what your business needs. So
yeah, I mean, and I think that, you know, whether you're going to do a YouTube video, a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, a webinar, I think that hosting, you know, webinars and videos really help. You know, one thing is develop brand authority.
Right.
You know, so I think whether it's this time or the future, because there's no point to talk about the past, I think that what sets you apart, I mean, we can say for sure, like Chris, for you, for, you know, your microblading and makeup, you know, your YouTube channel is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your videos are hugely watched, you're followed, and that sets you apart because we're creating a relationship. So right exactly. Here in this video, if you've, or in this, we're doing it live, but in this webinar,
it will be a video.
It will be a video, and we'll talk about that in a second. But
yes.
If you've never met Chris or you've never met me, you know, we're creating a relationship here. You know, you're getting to know us. You know, we are mostly unscripted. You know, I have a few notes and we kind of go with the flow. So you get the opportunity to get to know the brand, you know, as they are, right? Because I don't expect most of the spas that, you know, we work with or that are part of the Spa Hive community to go out and hire, you know, a film crew and a producer, although they're available.
Right.
And that's something that we offer in the Spa Hive. Just a quick plug.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. I don't offer it, obviously, because my quality would be far better. But we do work with a producer out in LA and a film crew that can help. But you don't have to do that, right? I mean, Lou told us, you know, that he does most of his stuff with, you know, a loop lamp, his computer, not a lot of stuff. So you don't have to worry. You can be yourself because that's what your customers want. Right. Whether you're a spa, whether you're a product brand, they want to get to know you, the human element behind the brand, because that's when you get really brand advocates, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about, you know, getting in touch with every one of your customers, and what better way to do it than to go on YouTube, get a video, you know, and just talk, do a tutorial, or just talk about your business or whatever it is. And actually, when I just said talk about your business, a lot of people don't like that. They want to see what you're talking about. They just want to see who you are and what you're about, and right. You know, and get that connection going. And especially nowadays, people want connections, you know. So it's not about just getting online and, you know, talking about the product, and, you know, it's really not about that at all. They want to know about the person, and what better way to do it than through Zoom, through Instagram, through Facebook, you know, all of that. And videos are a lot more effective and watched a lot more than if you did like a blog post, or if you did, right. You know, if you wrote something on Instagram, it's not going to get as many views as if you do a video.
Right.
It's that simple. So to answer your question, why do, you know, a video? That's why, because people watch them.
Yeah, I mean, that's when we did the thing with Lou, he had the statistics about the webinar with Lou about how much more video impacts than a blog post or, you know, just like written content. So I wanted to talk a second for people that aren't doing, you know, webinars or videos. You know, another reason I think it's important is because you have the opportunity to talk to your audience directly. So, you know, there's several of the spas that, you know, we work with that have been doing video that I think have been doing a killer job. I didn't even look to see who's on here today, if any of them are on here. I don't see any of them.
Shame. But they can always watch it afterwards.
Yeah, shame. That's okay. That have been doing a really great job with video. Oh, Allison's on. Hey, Allison. From Lindsay Taylor Spa in Westboro, Mass. She's been killing it with video, and she's in the chat. Hey. She's been doing really a phenomenal job going outside her comfort zone and just being real, because what we've said is you don't want to be one of those vendors, or you don't want to be one of those brands that people are saying, hey, whatever happened to XYZ? I haven't heard anything from them about them. I hope that they're okay. I hope that they're going to come back after all of this.
Right.
I have a client in Westerly, Rhode Island. I don't think she's on, but she's an organic spa. She's not a video person at all. And she's doing like kind of organic-y videos. So she's like, this is my favorite smoothie, and this is how I make overnight oats. And she's doing one over the weekend that I loved. Was it planting a garden, I think, in memory of her dad, which was so awesome. So it's not like spa stuff, like, look at me, don't forget about the spa.
And that's what I was talking about.
Right, exactly. It's, get to know me, let me help you, let me give you a resource, let me be your resource during this time, because we're people. And, I value you as a person, you value me as a person. So I think that is awesome. The other thing I was going to say is it's a good way to get to know your audience. So what about, Lisa Canale, are you on?
Yeah, she is. She was, at least.
In the chat before. So she's gone outside her comfort zone. She did another video, was it Friday or over the weekend? She's a vendor, so she's a resource partner. And
with very great products, by the way.
Great products. And it's a way to, why not, when you're on a video like this, you could say, ask a question. What can I do for you as a resource partner? Yep, she's here. And she's yes, way out of my comfort zone.
Well, can I just step in though, because it's out of most people's comfort zone, and so we can't use that as an excuse anymore, because 95% of people are, number one, afraid of speaking in public, and those same people are terrified of speaking in front of a camera. Well, guess what? You have to be able to do that. You're not going to move it up to the next level if you don't, so it's great that, people like Lisa are doing it, even though, you might hate how you look on camera. So what? I mean, we see ourselves differently than how other people see us anyway, because remember how, before we started this, and I was like, oh, this HD is horrible. I'm sure I look fine. It's just, I'm sure I speak fine, but we're all our worst critics. You have to just get over that and just talk. Just, even if it's a 2-minute video or, Instagram live or whatever it is, you just do it, get it over with, and move on to the next one. The next one will be better.
Right. I think if you're not doing video, a good thing to start would be saying, if you haven't done it up till now, hi, I'm thinking about you. What resources can I provide you that can help you during this time? So if you're a vendor partner, it's a good way to understand your client a little bit better. Ask them, what they're looking for, and then go from there. Whoever thought that, you'd be asking, the spa, I mean, I guess you could, but, for healthy recipes. But if that's what your clients want and you're an organic brand, I mean, I think of Alika, right? Organic skincare, right? Everything, it's food for your skin that they put in it. So they share those kinds of things, which makes sense, but then it also makes them a resource to their clients.
Absolutely. And chances are the people that, want Alika, organic skincare, they're also going to want to know about an organic smoothie. They're going to want to know about an organic lifestyle. You know, they're not just gonna probably use an organic skincare line. They're gonna want to know about organic cotton and about sheets and about, you know, all of that. So it's all about kind of like a lifestyle brand. You know, it's like with me, people aren't, I mean, yeah, you know, I'm all about makeup and all of that, but what else can I do? And actually I've been meaning to do this and haven't done it, but what else can I do that's not just about makeup? You know, because number one, I find that I've gotten so saturated with talking about how to do an eyeliner, how to do a this, how to, you know, so I'm in the process of expanding out and trying to figure out what else can I do that my people would like to see me talk about that maybe has nothing to do with makeup or cosmetics.
Right, and all of our audiences are slightly different.
Right, absolutely. So it's all about building the brand.
So once we create the video, so we right now we're live, we're doing a webinar, and we're going to repurpose this as a video, so everyone that registered will get a copy of the video. And we do a few more things repurposing. Let's talk about, you know, Chris, how we can reuse content. So why a video is good and how we can reuse it.
Well, I love videos. I mean, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see I've had that for almost 10 years. And it's a gift that keeps on giving, you know? So I have over 1 million views on my YouTube channel.
What's your most viewed video?
What was that?
What's your most viewed video?
It's, well, I don't know the exact one, but I know one of them is on men's makeup, believe it or not.
Huh.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
And I totally forgot what I was going to say about that. You threw
about
me off,
repurposing.
Julie. About what?
Repurposing.
Oh yeah, well, video is the great repurposer, you know. I mean, it's a gift that keeps on giving. You know, I've had videos up there for 9 years. Granted, the ones from 9 years ago, they're not good. You know, they're fuzzy. And this is back, you know, when YouTube and videos, it was okay to have a fuzzy, unprofessional video. That's pretty much what everybody did. But nowadays, everyone has, like this camera that I'm filming this with, everyone has, you know, the graphics and the, you know, the extra pizzazz and.
Right.
But to get back to that, videos, they don't go away, you know? So you can put them on YouTube and people 24 hours, 7 days a week for however many years will be able to go on the videos. Background. You want me to do mine?
Oh no, we can get into tools after, but you know, people pizzazz it up. I mean, see, this is what happens when you have fluffy hair, though. It's not so good, but we'll talk about that right in a minute when we get to tools. But everybody is, you know, an expert right now. And
yeah. Well, can I just say one other thing about that? So you have, you know, Instagram, which we all pretty much know about, and Facebook, but there's also TikTok, you know, which is, you know, what all the kids are doing. But that's getting to be really big, and that's going to be the next really big tool to use. And right now it's for teenagers, but it's going to get bigger and bigger, just like Instagram did. So it's a world of video right now, and it always will be from here on out. So you just get used to it.
Right. And I mean, think about, like, if you do a video, so for example, we'll use what we're doing right now, for example. So we're going to talk about whatever we talk about, and we're going to blast it out. So we have it live to however many people are on now. Then we will blast it out to everyone that registered, because a lot of people register for webinars even though they can't join it. I do it all the time.
I do too.
So I can get the replay so I can watch it at my leisure.
Right.
Then we'll blast it out on social media so more people watch it, because what we'll do is first upload it to YouTube. Then we'll blast it out to social media, to this list. But then what I'll do is I'll take what Chris and I talked about, and I'm going to make like my top 5 tips. And then we'll use that as a tip series on social media, on Instagram stories, So it's an hour that we're spending out of our day to do this, but we can use a lot of this content over and over again, because I'll take, from all the chit chat that we did, I'll take the real key tidbits so that anyone that didn't watch really get the juicy parts.
Right.
Because we won't, everyone won't sit through seeing the webinars.
I was just going to say, as much as we would love to say that everyone's going to watch it from beginning to end, they're not going to.
And everyone loves us, and right?
Yeah, I know.
I can't sit through another webinar.
I know. The Julie chick again.
Even with that handsome Christopher Drummond.
I just can't do it.
So let's talk about performance. So there's many different platforms that you can use for video and webinars. There's, GoToWebinar. There's ones that you have to pay for. We use Zoom. We've seen some people use Webinar Jam. We have found that we have had the best results with Zoom. The technology is spot on. They've worked out the kinks. It's pretty easy to navigate, but figuring out what's your platform. So if you're just doing a video, you can use your phone to do it, or you can have a free Zoom account, just record yourself talking on the video, then upload it, drop it onto YouTube, and then, put it out on your social media, put it into your blog posts. So it doesn't have to be hard.
No, it doesn't. But can I say one thing? So this is going to go even deeper, and I'm not going to really go too much into it. This has been the bane of yours and mine existence, I know, from the very beginning. SEO, search engine optimization. And so even if you do a really amazing video and you do everything that Julie just said, it doesn't mean that people are going to watch it. So there is another aspect of it, and that's actually, Julie, like a whole nother video, literally a whole hour that we could talk about, promoting and marketing and SEO and SEM and all that stuff, because it is very complex, but you do have to know that it exists and have some basics on how to use it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because video is definitely great for SEO.
Yeah, because it is, but you also do have to promote it, and you do have to do something outside of just shooting a video and putting it on,
What we say, everyone hears me say, if we build it, they will come, is not a real true statement.
Right, no, it takes work.
And that's a good idea. We should talk about the SEO, not now, but in a different maybe in our webinar series, because there is going to be a marketing module coming, 3 weeks of marketing. But I
you let it slip.
That's just 3 of the 12 weeks.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, SEO, because the cool thing is, neither Chris nor I, we're both small brands, what we would call solopreneurs, so we cannot pay.
But Julie, we don't want people to know that.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay $5,000 a month, right?
No, but it takes a lot more work.
But it takes work, yes.
A lot more work to do it on your own.
Pay people to help us, because those that know me know that I do. And those that know Chris knows that he has help too. I mean, we definitely have help, but we can give you some tips, from a small business that's really been able to grow their reach. So let's talk about, we talked about platform. So we like Zoom. We also I do videos, like I said, on my phone, or I'll do it on Zoom, and then I upload it. I use an Apple. So I use the iMovie, do a little tweaking to it, not a lot.
Oh, you use iMovie, like editing with it? Yeah.
and then upload it to YouTube, do my tagging and whatever, and then I have it and I can use it. But and there's other platforms.
Well, I think, Julie, like if I were watching this and I heard you saying all of that, I think that's what's turning people off the most, is that it's not just about, oh yeah, shoot a video. You know, you just said like 10 different things, and I have to do this, and then this, and then this, and then I edited it, and then I did that. Got to make sure I have the lighting, and so I think that's really what people are, like, what pushes them away from it, because I think a lot of people know that it's not just shooting a video. So it's tough, but you know, you'll learn it easily, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in a 2-minute video, you know, probably takes me an hour.
Yeah.
You know, because there could be 20 takes, you know, that.
And there usually is.
The first one was probably fine, but I do it over.
Sometimes it's better the first time than all the other 20 ones that you do.
And so then what happens is I do the video, just like what Chris said. So you do the video, then you upload it to iMovie. It's free. There's other, you know, free editing softwares. Make a few edits. I might, you know, make the screen narrower, enhance the color a little bit. I like to add my logo to the beginning or to the end. So that might take, you know, that's the least amount, maybe 15 minutes, because it's a short video and you don't have to, I mean, I'm not a video editor, so I can't do anything fancy. And
you don't need to, though. People want to see, like, they don't mind seeing you flubbing up a word or, you know, like making a mistake. It makes you real, you know, so you don't need to edit all of that out. I never do. So
no, right. I mean, I'll sometimes edit out if I'm doing it on my phone. You know, I'll do like the part where, you know, my arm's reaching to turn it on.
Right, exactly.
You know,
or after you're done and you go and reach over at the very end. You don't want people to see that. Right.
Just my good side. Okay, let's go. I'll edit that out so you don't see that part. But you know, so it is a few steps, but it's an hour, let's say you're an hour to do it, upload it to where you're going to do it, then reshare it onto your social media. But what technology do you think we should have, Chris? I mean, let's talk about what we're both using. What do people need to have for technology?
I mean, really, you know, especially if you're just starting out, you know, I don't want to overwhelm people. An iPhone, or, you know, a phone camera, or even, do I have it here? Of course not. But I have a little, it's a HD camera. It's a Canon. It was $89, but it also shoots really nice videos and photos, and you know, so I mean, really basics just to start out, like just a camera, you know, and or a phone even, you know, and just start with that till you get comfortable with it. And then go from there. You know, there's
lighting.
You don't need to jump into it.
So lighting, I mean, I know you're not using your loop light because, you know, you're social distancing, so you can't get into, you know, the business in the city to get all the baggage.
Right, and I didn't, just for whatever reason, I was going to tell you why, but it doesn't matter. So I don't have the ring light, which sometimes doesn't even, you know, it's more trouble than it's worth. Because if you look right now, what I have is like natural light. There's a big, huge window right here. And as you can see, it's giving me really good lighting. And, you know, to me, natural lighting is the best lighting you can have. So if you can shoot in front of a window, you're almost guaranteed the light is going to be, you know, spot on. You know, of course, you can get a ring light, you can get, you know, a fill light, you can, you know, do something, get something. You don't have to, but it's not always going to be nice and bright outside either. What if you want to shoot at nighttime, you know?
Right, exactly. And I'm using a loop light. So that's how my back can be to the window. Otherwise, if my back was to a window, you know, I wouldn't have the right lighting. So I would have to go in another area of my house. But I am using a loop light that I got on Amazon, so super inexpensive.
Yeah. And that's where I got mine too. Of course,
Yeah.
we all go to Amazon for stuff. But what she's
Now,
talking about, it's a light that's it's a ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like a ring, and so you can see through it. It's like a donut.
Right. I can't.
And that's what a lot of people use. So what I did is how I got this camera that I have now is I went on YouTube and I just, a lot of them do tutorials on, the tools they use and the cameras and the lights and all of that. And I just wrote it all down, the ones that most of them were using. And that's a camera I bought. And that was the, ring light that I bought,
And it wasn't crazy expensive.
No. My camera was.
Well, you're using the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't get an expensive camera until I knew I was going to be using it. Like, it wouldn't be a good idea to me to go out your first time and buy a $600 camera and then, realize, this isn't for me. And then what are you going to do? So that's why I say just start with a phone that you already have and don't, spend as little money as you can, as opposed to $600 on a camera.
Right. And so as far as like what colors we should wear for our skin tone, so I've always been told not to wear black.
Oh, who told you that?
The Hollywood producer. I know. I like to wear black. Chris always wears black. It's his like fashionable uniform.
It is, and it's very artsy and New York,
So Chris looks great in black. I knew he was wearing black today because he always does. So instead of wearing,
and I told you,
and I asked, but and so I decided to wear color just so you could see kind of the difference. In your preference of, how color looks on screen versus black, different color walls. Chris has like crisp white walls, I am, in my office. So it's, more of a Tuscan sun color.
What color is that?
And just always wear pants. It's a good practice. We've seen all the. What do you have on?
Shorts.
Well, I just mean.
They can only see you from here up.
Don't wear your underwear.
Well, not underwear.
That's what.
These are shorts.
Like funny Zoom videos, right? About people having no pants, or there was some like reporter, right? A guy that was broadcasting from his house, and he had a shirt and his tie, and he didn't have the camera set up just right, so you could see his bare leg and his like his running shorts on. So it was kind of funny, especially if you're on like CBS. So
anyway.
I have leggings on.
Right.
Anyway.
So, but what we're getting at in our roundabout way is Julie knows what colors work on her. I know what colors work on me. I mean, I could wear other colors. Sometimes I do. Very rarely, though. I just throw on black because it's easy. I know it works. Whatever, And I think, Julie, you do the same thing. It's just kind of black maybe it washes you out. I think you said so.
Yeah, it washes me out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it does make me look slimmer. So, washed out and slimmer, you have to choose because the camera does add pounds. That is true.
It does. It does. And it What do
you think about jewelry? Keep jewelry minimal? Should someone
I don't think so because it's you. Again, it goes back to, people want to see you. They want to hear what you have to say. They want to see what you look like and, the jewelry you wear. So, I mean, as long as it's not too much and it's not distracting, I think it's a good idea. I normally have like my, mala beads and stuff, which I don't have today, but no, I don't even have my wedding ring.
I was just thinking that. I wasn't going to say it out loud, but I thought it.
I'm still happily married.
Yes, Chris is happily married to Ola.
Yeah. So can I know, so we
Makeup.
just, yeah, I was just gonna say, so makeup, clothes, I wanna keep this rolling along because we have a tendency sometimes to get off track.
Oh. Talk
So
about
makeup, so hair and makeup, one thing to remember about makeup for video is you usually need to wear more than you would every day. So if you would put on the makeup, you know, how you would wear it every day, like a really nice natural look, it's gonna look like you don't have any makeup on at all. So you kind of have to overdo it, and especially on the concealer, under eye concealer. See, Julie, like to me, it looks like you don't have anything on. And
I know, and I feel like I have a lot on for me.
right, and that you probably will. So when you're doing a video, even as a guy, like I have makeup on right now. It's not a lot, but I took some powder and I put a little concealer on because if not, it doesn't look good. So you have to wear more than you would normally wear. Like Julie was just saying, you know, you feel like you have tons on, it's caked on, it looks really good, you look very natural. So that's just how it is, especially like I said, under the eyes. You don't want to be, you know, have dark circles under your eyes. Not good. And your hair, keep it, you know, I'm really a minimalist for the most part, like keep it simple, keep it basic, unless you're doing a hair tutorial, then that's different.
Right. So we talked about, you know, makeup, hair, background, right? You can be kind of flexible with your background.
Right, right.
I've heard a lot of people say that you should have a plant. So I'm going to try that. Well, where is that? So do you like me better with a plant? Yeah, get it in the right place here.
Or you could have something like this. If you're going to promote yourself, that's me in black.
Always.
So one thing about Zoom is, and I just found out about this earlier when Julie and I were playing around, but they have all of these backgrounds that you can use. And it's really easy to use it. Don't feel like it's, you know, really complex. It's not.
Right.
Yeah, and
so
look.
Easy, like I go to, oh, Marianne, can you put the link? I think it's, is it Pixels, right? .com. And it's free. It's, you know, free. I put in, it's all free. It's all free images, but I put in, you know, a digital background. You know, Chris is using a live video right now. So
I don't know where this came from. This just popped up on, I didn't download this. It just popped up.
Oh yeah, did we say this was New York City? So
yeah, that's the
Chrysler
building.
Talking to New York, talking to Chris from New York across the river now.
So anyway, backgrounds important. So one thing, if you're not going to use a background like this, like we're using, so Julie just got off of it, you want to make sure that your background isn't, number one, too busy, isn't messy, isn't, you know, doesn't have too much color going on, or something that's going to draw people's eye away from what's most important, which is you. So, and this is true. Someone asked, I just saw, you know, about YouTube, you know, any tips and tricks, and it's important as far, even on YouTube, like the background, it can't be too busy, you know, because then people start looking, you know, oh, look at that picture of Julie over in the corner with, you know, whoever that is, or, you know, so keep it simple.
Whoever that is, I mean, what?
But they do. If you start yammering.
Me and a strange man. But it makes a good backdrop.
But it does. But that's one thing. If you had like a whole wall of pictures, it might not be a good idea because people are going to start looking at all the pictures on the wall, you know. So
yeah, my next video, I'm gonna bring, you know, we read you should have some plants, so I'm gonna bring a tree here and see how that looks. So we'll
that's
see.
why I have this.
I love it. I mean, I'm getting kind of beach envy. Oh, I know another tip is if you're doing a webinar, always do a dry run, because you never know what's going to happen. You know, and Chris and I have had epic fails in our life.
Which is why I'm laughing so hard. It was hilarious.
So I mean, you know, we didn't really go through like our whole, what we're talking about. I mean, we did go over kind of an overview, but you know, we made sure our technology worked, our lighting was good. So every webinar that I do, no matter who I'm doing it with, I always go through a dry run because, you know, I don't want the 11th hour, you know, us having technology trouble. So that would be, you know, another key point that I would recommend. I mean, Chris, did we miss anything? And does anybody have any questions? I mean, what can we help you do? I mean, we told you what we do, what's worked for us, and what we've tried and tested, and hopefully gave you ideas on how to be confident and telling you why your audience, and I know those that are on all my chats know why your audience wants to see you on video. Yes, Chris?
Right. What are you all about? Why would they want to tune in? This isn't TV. Why would they want to, you know, come and see you? You know, what do you have to offer that nobody else does? So, and that's your personality. It's you, you know. For Lisa, I didn't even see what video she did, but it's just, you know, she's an expert at creating and crafting, you know, these wonderful body products, you know. So maybe she talks about certain ingredients. You know, every video is, one video might be about vanilla, one video might, you know, I don't know, or even about, you know, making products, you know. I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
Well, no one's asking questions.
Well, we did have one. So someone was asking about YouTube, and I mean, I can't really get into it. I mean, and I'm not as into it as I used to be, because it, like we were talking about, it's really time consuming, especially nowadays if you're doing YouTube, because you have to do all this editing and you have to set everything up and you have to, you know, get the makeup on and da-da-da. So YouTube's a whole different ball of wax now than it was when I was really heavily into it. But I will say this, I made a commitment. I said, I'm going to do one video a week. And I did that for a year. And so I think I have 150 videos or something like that. So I made that commitment, whether they were good or bad, whether I edited it or not. I just said, I'm going to do it once a week. I'm going to put some content out there and also a blog post along with it. And I did that. And that's what I would say. That's my biggest tip, is just be consistent and say you're going to do it and do it.
Yes, I think that that's a huge tip, is that, you know, saying you're going to do it and putting in your calendar and just doing it. Like, none of us, I can't say none of us. There are people I'm sure that love to do video. You know, I don't think either of us will tell you that it's our absolute favorite thing to do, but it's the best way for us to share, you know, tips with our audience, and to make sure that we're creating content all of the time.
Well, Julie, I love, like, this part of it, I love. It's, you know, setting up, it's all the rest of it, the setting up, and then afterwards you have to break everything down, and then you have to edit it, and then you have to do it. This part's great. If I could just like come in, sit in, do my little spiel for an hour and leave, that'd be great, but that's not how it works.
You mean Olaf can't set it all up for you?
No. I don't think he would do that.
Let's see, Jessica asks, for those of us that are new to live and video webinars, what is the biggest mistake that people make and that we can avoid? I don't know if you want to answer, Chris. I mean, well,
I'll just say for me, and then you tell. I think there's a few things, and we already talked about it. Is you don't want to look unprofessional. And that doesn't mean it has to be like this beautiful, you know, HD camera, but you also don't want to have a whole bunch of, you know, crap on the walls, or in a bedroom and you have, you know, clothes laying on the bed and, you know, all of that. It's every video you should do, just in general, trying to have the same background, try and keep it consistent, and just be prepared. That's a huge thing, which Julie was talking about. Because if you go into it, I really like to improvise. Actually, Julie and I both improvise a lot, and that's a big part of it. but you also have to have talking points and know what is this video about and what points do I want to make in the video. Those are, I would say, like the two biggest things. Be prepared and look professional.
Right, exactly. And I would say, Jessica, a lot of the mistakes I see if you're doing a webinar, so whether you're a product brand or a spa, you know, if you're doing a webinar, because I have spas doing little mini webinars with their clients about, you know, virtual facials.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of fun
That's getting
things.
to be big now. Yeah.
But I say definitely go through and rehearse. Like when I'm presenting a webinar on another platform and say I'm using PowerPoint slides and it's a little bit more serious than, you know, that just tips and tricks. I go through, I'll use my Zoom account like this and I'll record the whole thing one time through, just seeing how it feels to me, especially if I'm, like I said, I'm presenting something for an hour, not something conversational like this.
Right.
The other thing is, I guess, not taking yourself too seriously, because if you're just doing videos and those on the call that are doing videos, you know, they're, again, like we said, it's a 2-minute video and you had to take 22 takes and you're like, oh, I stumbled on that.
And it might happen.
You know, but, you know, don't worry, just do it. Just get.
I like that advice. Don't take it too serious.
Yeah.
You know, like Julie and I on this, some of it is serious and then some of it we're kind of goofy. But again, people like that. You know, it creates that reality, you know, realism.
Right. And remember that, Jessica, that people, you know, want to get to know you. So, you know, you're you. Don't try to be, you know, someone else.
Yeah.
You know, and I think those are the mistakes that I've made. I think Chris made a good point. I've seen people, you know, with messes behind them, less is more. And I've also seen big technology fails, especially when you're doing live like we're doing right now. It's key to make sure that the technology works. And then Irina, I hope that helps, Jessica.
Or how to deal with it. You have to know how to deal with it when it doesn't, because it's going to go wrong. I'm surprised my camera hasn't fallen over, because I'll be honest with you, someone's asking about a tripod and all that. I have my camera right now, it's on a book, and then I had to tilt it up, and so I shoved something underneath the lens, like I wadded up a sock and you know, I mean, but you can't tell, can you? You know, so you have to be able to improvise. And Julie, literally, I was doing this, what, like 3 minutes before?
Yeah, you know, we did a dry run this morning, and then Chris decided he wanted to use another camera. So right before
15 minutes before.
Yeah, 15 minutes before, he says, I'm going to try this. I mean, so it's worked, right? His camera has not fallen over yet.
And I didn't tell you either. I did everything. So like with this camera, you have to download the software, you have to plug it in, you have to and I did all that, you know, a half hour before. So the bottom line is you have to be good at improvising, and don't get frustrated when things go wrong.
And we, you know, Chris and I together have had things go wrong on video. And, you know, separately, we've had things go wrong on video. So, Irina, you're asking about equipment. I mean, honestly, using your cell phone and one of those cell phone tripods, or, you know, setting up your cell phone, you know, I've set it up in a right place and talked into it. If you have a laptop like this, you know, I've used like Zoom to record myself, or, you know, other like recording softwares. So you can get away with not a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
If you want to, you know, get into doing more videos and having your YouTube channel, which Irina, I think you said you started a YouTube channel, then I would say, you know, investing in this loop light. Let me see if I could take a picture. I don't want to flip my thing around because my office is in the corner of my bedroom. So
you're not supposed to say that.
I'm real.
It's true. And that's the important thing.
So here you can you can see the light, but I have a ring lamp. Hold on, ring lamp. But if you could see, I don't know if you could see in the very middle of it. Can you see that, Chris?
Not really. But go on Amazon, you can see what she's talking about.
Yeah, I can send you the link of the one I bought, but in the very middle of it is a place for your camera. I mean, for your phone. So any phone, this way or that way. And then if I take that out, I can slide, you know, my Nikon camera in there as well, which I haven't figured out how to get the Nikon to work with my MacBook because, you know, some things don't talk to me.
And by the way, Mac, I guess, has a really good hardware that's like built into the computer that you can do graphics when you're doing a Zoom. You can do all these graphics and all these things, and it's already in your MacBook. I use Windows, but I've heard that that's really good too. But that's when you're a little more advanced. Don't go crazy. Don't overwhelm.
Right. So, Arena, you know, I think if you got like this loop light, it has a tripod. You can put your phone on it. You can put your camera on it. I will occasionally use a mic. Chris had a mic, but ended up not using it. He opted not to.
I couldn't.
Oh, that's right. He couldn't.
Because where I have the camera plugged in is where this would plug in. So I was so excited to use this and I couldn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know, so a mic you do, if you're listening to this talking through the computer is a little tinny, I think. So if you have an inexpensive mic, it makes it much crisper. So, yeah, Arena, I'll, when we send the replay out, I'll send a link of some of the tools that we use. I'll also resend the resources from Lou, our video expert. I had another question, Chris. This one is more for you, but what are best colors maybe to wear for like a blonde versus a brunette? Do you know?
You know, I mean, I'm not the type of person to give like pat answers like that. Even with makeup, when people say what color is going to look good on, I always say whatever you feel the most comfortable in that's the color to wear, because when you're comfortable, then people can see that on the camera. So your favorite shirt, you know, the one maybe you wear all the time, and you know, who cares if people think that color doesn't work well on you, whatever, you know, I mean, right. Just whatever you're comfortable in, whatever you're comfortable having your hair like, whatever, like any of that, it's about you. So you need to be comfortable. Right.
So, I mean, if anyone doesn't have any questions, I mean, my one last tip, again, and I think I've said it 3 times today, is that, you know, you need to get out in front of your clients. You know, and doing quick, you know, 2-minute videos that creates you as the authority in whatever it is you do. So whether you're a vendor, you're a rep, you know, for a product company, you can do little short videos. Oh, I love to use, oh shoot, I never can remember the name of it. Marianne, what's the software I use for the video emails? So support Marianne is on, so she can hopefully find it and send it to you. Loom, thank you, Marianne.
I've never heard of that, by the way.
Most days, so I'm not sure what I would do without her, but I love Loom. And as a vendor, so let's go to the vendor side. You can go to Loom, you can create an email that's trackable, which is awesome, with a short video. So, and the statistics are huge, how much more people open a video than just text email. So make it short.
So how do they know it's a video? So do you put in the subject line?
Yeah, I think it, like in the brackets, it says video. Like it gets sent, you know, in the subject line, it'll say video and then the subject line. Right. You know, but you can, you know, be sending a quick email, you know, an email, video email. Hey, Chris, it's Julie. I've been thinking about you. I hope you and your family are well. Let me know if I can help support you, with any, take-home kits or whatever it is you're promoting. So you have this little video and you can blast it out to your email list. Or, and then of course you wouldn't say, hey, Chris, you'd be like, happy Monday.
Hey guys, right.
Right. So it seems personal, but you've blasted it out to everyone. So that's a great tip, I think, for vendor, representatives that maybe you don't have the control over the marketing platform, but you want to use video in your way with your clients. As well as spas, you can send it out to your clients. Hey guys, it's Allison. Just thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. Send it out to your mailing list of, 5,000 people, whatever you have as a mailing list. And, you're going to hit more people. And then you can also do it on social media. But people a lot of times miss your social media.
And again, videos are what people watch. They don't want to read another email. They don't want to read another blog post. They like to have a video because you just sit there and watch it and you get the information without having to do anything.
Right. Any other question, guys?
Can I just say my final tip?
Yeah, sorry.
My final tip is to just have fun with it. Don't make it a job, because when you make it a job, you'll start to not like doing it and then you'll stop doing it. So have fun with it. Tell jokes, laugh, be cute, and have a good time, and then that'll come through.
Yeah, Chris is my favorite to do webinar and video with.
Which is why we'll do more.
Not that I'm biased, but he is one of my favorites. Is my favorite. So yes, we will do more. If you guys want to see more videos from Chris and I, let us know.
Let us know. And what topic?
And the topic, yeah. Let us know what topic you want us to talk about, and we're here to oblige. SEO would be a good one. Oh, Facebook Live, Arena.
I haven't mastered Facebook Live. I've actually never done Facebook Live. I'll be totally honest.
I have done Facebook Live. It's 4:03 Arena, so maybe we save that for Coffee Chat this week. If you're going to be on Coffee Chat Thursday at 10:30, remind me. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a Facebook Live expert.
Oop, you froze up. She's not a Facebook Live expert. However, she does a good job. I think that's what she was going to say. I don't know what happened.
But I'm going to tell you.
There you are.
Oh, you
froze up.
Oh, no. Am I frozen?
Now your mouth isn't matching what you're saying. See, this is what we were talking about.
Can you hear me?
And you know what's funny is now the battery on my camera's going out. We need to get off of this.
Okay, chat, 10:30 on Thursday. Let's talk about Facebook Live. And thank you for joining us today.